Hey guys, this is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. With me is my beautiful wife, Tina.
Hi.
Over here, we got Tommy.
Yo, what's up? That wasn't fair. You can't go right into that.
Always does that.
I did it. All right.
I should have known.
You see the blooper reel. I hope you guys will know what we're talking.
Hello, Jane.
Dang it.
All right. Reminder to follow our Twitter account at CCG_WrestleCast. Subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel. And you can send us an email right there, ccg.wrestlecast@gmail.com. It's down here now.
Oh, it's down here now?
Okay,
Oh, my bad. I thought it was up here.
You gotta tell us these things.
Yeah, man.
I just told you.
Man, I look so stupid pointing at
Beforehand.
stuff.
I made an executive decision.
Beforehand.
Why don't you put it up here anyway?
Executive decision.
Today, we are recapping NXT TakeOver 25. Since I was sitting at the computer editing this stuff. And we'll be previewing WWE Super Showdown and, by special request from Tommy, New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion.
Oh, crap.
In Osaka-Jo Hall.
You're
probably going to copy everything Tommy does anyway.
That's
Tommy knows exactly what I'm sensing.
So,
yeah, exactly. We're like this.
First of all, if you did watch, and thank you for bearing with us as we tried to do a live post-takeover show.
Sorry.
And ran into some audio issues, which sucks because I tested that damn thing 3 times and it was fine. It was good to go.
But then it sounded like
crap happened. Yeah, so it happens.
Man.
But anyway,
Gremlins.
we didn't, of course, find out until the very end of the show. Anyway, Mike, Tina, and I were talked through it. We did kind of run down everything, give a WrestleCast rating, but since nobody really understood what we were saying, we're going to be kind of doing that again. Now, Mike's not able to join us tonight, but we do have his thoughts on the show, his predictions for Super Showdown and Dominion, as well as his WrestleCast rating for takeovers. So,
yes,
we'll get right into...
I have this whole side of the table to myself.
Yes, you do. Hashtag
Sorry.
math has a third instead of a fourth this time. So.
Sorry, Mike.
Anyway,
I'll hold it down. Holding it down.
holding it down.
hold it down.
All
I had
right.
to hold it down when we didn't press the record button. I'm holding it down for Mike.
Yeah, you're the real MVP. We are recording now, right?
We are recording.
Okay.
God, stop it.
No, I'm
Yes,
just
we're
kidding.
recording. I'm positive.
Yeah, we had to double, triple, and quadruple check.
Oh,
That we pressed
one
record.
time I mess up. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway,
That's all good.
TakeOver 25. What a show!
That was a really great show.
This was where WWE, the kind of show WWE should have had on Raw after Double or Nothing. Let's be completely honest here.
No,
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Okay,
I'll get there.
you'll get there. All right. So, first off, we'll start. What did everyone really enjoy about this show?
The freaking ladder match was the
Ladder
Oh my
match.
gosh, yes.
was the
Yes.
first standout. I loved.
That was my match of the night.
Okay.
It's
talked about that before.
I'm still having a hard time picking between that and the main event because I just loved the structure of the main event because okay, well, ladder match first. Ladder match to me was like this perfect amalgamation of everyone getting their stuff in. Yeah. I mean, for one, like the Forgotten Sons, that big guy when he showed up, I loved the look on Kyle O'Reilly's face, like literally Satan himself had just walked down the aisle. He was like, "Oh crap!" But
This guy.
But Ford's jump from the rope to the ladder.
God, that was insane.
My heart stopped for 2 seconds because I almost thought he didn't land it. I was, I for some reason in my mind he didn't make it. Like for the first jump, I was like, "Well, it just happened," but he did. I was like, "Oh God!"
I was like, "Is Kofi in this match?"
For real.
I had no idea.
Kofi was
Somebody has already made a Titanic video. The Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On makes everything better, and they did it with the Street Profits winning the ladder match.
That's awesome. That's
So,
awesome.
Look it up if you
Oh,
got
I
the
gotta
time.
find
It's
that.
great.
I gotta
Yes,
find that. That's
yeah.
awesome.
It's awesome.
And not only that, we get to see Bianca Belair's husband
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah.
I've heard about him.
Street Profits were definitely
Never got to
over.
see 'em.
Yeah, they were over as
I think
crap.
we all picked that match, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have.
Actually-
I
No,
don't have-
everybody but Tina. Tina went on.
I
just
don't
to be
have a
there.
red cup, but cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
It's water.
It's a water bottle pictures.
Yeah.
But like they
Arctic.
came in
want ice.
just hot. Like
They
everyone
did.
was cheering for them. That was pretty cool.
They did. Some other good matches, some standouts or surprises to me, at least anyway. Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong.
That was
a lot better than expected.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that was
the
really
that was a
good.
really, really good opener for sure.
I really thought the ladder match was going to open the show just because they tend to have, it seemed like an NXT tradition, tag teams open the show.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this one was really well done. Dream and Breeze.
That was a lot better than I think anyone could have guessed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of storytelling in that.
A lot of storytelling, a lot with it. Of course, Triple H had confirmed earlier in the week that Breeze is on NXT now full time, which I think is a great move for him.
I think so.
And I think we talked about we did talk about this before, but no one saw it.
They saw it, just didn't hear it.
Yeah. I said how Tyler is being more serious now. And he showed it when he came out. He had his music. He still had his phone, but he was not like comical about it.
An upgraded iPhone, by the way.
Yeah, he cut his hair. He like colored it darker. He looked more clean cut. He didn't have any fur like around his boots and stuff, and he was just there about wrestling.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Still heard of this.
It was good. It was great to see that because you know
right. Before
gorgeous. He was like this big joking point on on the main roster. Before that, he was on NXT, and he was a legitimate one of the better wrestlers on there.
Yeah.
So for him to come back, it's just like I like the whole serious.
Is it bad that people were preferring to go to NXT now than go to the main roster? It's
I forget who said it in an interview, but somebody said the contracts are better for NXT because they're paying for your travel, they're paying for your hotel, where you need to be and everything like that. They're kind of covering you. Once you go main roster, you're in charge of everything. You got to cover your own hotel, your travel, this.
Unless it's in your contract.
Unless it's in your contract, but let's be honest, it's like one of those top 1% kind of things.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I think also, like we were saying, he hasn't been doing much ever since Fandango got hurt, and for him, it really benefits him to go back and kind of stay in one spot. And his I don't know how much his contract has, but my biggest thought process on this is that maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he doesn't want to leave officially afterwards. Maybe he'd be kept there as a coach or something because,
he'd be a great coach.
I think he would be a great coach.
Yeah, he would be, especially because he had to basically reinvent himself to come with Tyler Breeze's character and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly. So
love that post-match selfie with Velveteen Dream.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, that was funny.
We did get a Damian Priest promo. Now, the women's match that stood out to me is the beatdown that Shayna got at the end.
That was vindication for me. I was so happy to see that.
Can I say the match was it was good, but the ending was not that great. Again, I said it before, but no one heard it. It was weird. It was a really good match, and then it was weird because you had some distraction. Shayna grabbed her for the choke. And Io kind of reversed to pin it, and then obviously oh my god, Kyrie had done that before to beat her, and Shayna basically reversed it back into the choke, and she was choke was probably, I don't even know, 2 minutes long. It was pretty long.
Yeah, it was weird because she was struggling with it for a while. You figure, okay, either she's going to finally break out or she'll just do the pass out thing, and then she just all of a sudden taps out.
She all of a sudden just taps out after 2-3 minutes, and I'm just like, what?
Something like a pass out thing might have been better there, but
it was just weird.
Yeah.
The weird thing for me with this is I don't know, I have no problem with Shayna, but I'm just over her title reign. It's to me, it's been kind of dragging.
I think it's mostly the fact that they have, I don't know if they have any use for her. Up right now.
I just
not yet. Anyway.
I just don't think it's. I don't want to sound unfair to Shayna because she is a great talent and she's come a long way.
Yeah.
I just this title reign just seems kind of meh to me, and that sucks for me to say because like I said, I have nothing against her and she's doing a great job. That's just the way the title reigns would feel. But the ending of that kind of gave me more hope.
Yeah, especially she beat the crap out of her with a kendo stick. Damn near tried to stab her a few times, which was kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Then a moonsault is like, oh yeah, let me have the chair. Hit the moonsault with the chair again. So. Maybe they're setting up something. I mean, maybe a Hell in a Cell. The next takeover in Toronto on SummerSlam weekend.
Of course, then again, when she tried the moonsault with the chair, I said, "Who are you, RVD?" Of course, then again, I was like, "I'll be okay with that." I mean,
I mean, my thought is if you're going to try and keep Shafir and Jessamine Duke out, that might be a way to go. So a cage, not so much. I mean, Hell in a Cell might not be a bad idea, especially on NXT.
I want to see Candice wrestle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of handing everyone kendo sticks.
I also want them to use Bianca more. And Bianca's that girl is very charismatic and very athletic. I don't understand why she's not in the picture anymore or why she didn't win in the first place. But
they have plans.
I get it. But still, I'm like, come on.
But I have a trivia question for you guys.
Oh, great.
I think it's the only two that I can think of right now. Okay. So now that he's won the NXT title, what other two belts have Adam Cole and Kevin Owens both won? Both world championships.
Ring of Honor World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's one.
I probably won't know this.
It's not New Japan.
It's not New Japan. No, it's in the States. It's in the
States.
Yeah.
PWG.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
I think they're the only two guys who've won all three of those titles.
NXT, ROH,
NXT,
and
ROH,
PWG.
and PWG.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
trivia question. I like that.
Because Joe won the ROH World title. Of course, everyone knows that, but he never won the PWG title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I thought he was on the list, but I was like, oh wait, no, Joe never won that belt.
He didn't wrestle much in PWG anyway, did he?
No, because like right when I think he started going there, ROH like booked him like crazy because they made him like the ultimate world champion.
And then TNA.
and then TNA and all that. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that weird thing with Rey Mysterio too?
We'll get to that. That's
I'm
something I want to bring up.
Like,
because Vacan's pretty pissed off on Twitter. We'll get to that.
Okay.
This
goes right at this.
Lance
all
Storm's
kind of
not happy about it either.
All this kind of ties into my 1 minute warning, but we'll get to.
Okay, we'll get to that. So
it's crazy.
Mine might be a 2 minute warning tonight.
Cole
no,
Gargano.
Tommy, you can't have 2 minutes. You're not Mike or JC. Because they always go over.
Match of the night was
because of wearing a bandana, isn't it?
from our Twitter poll. Match of the night: Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole. 67% went with the main event. Once again, these guys brought the crowd down.
Yeah,
brought him back up. I mean, it was
that Panama
awesome.
Sunrise on the floor is what I thought killed Johnny Gargano for like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
so I was like, okay, now he's actually dead.
And when he finally hit it in the ring and you did pin him, I said, man, if he doesn't win it right now, Petey Williams is going to go off on Twitter about how much better Canadian Destroyer is than the Panama Sunrise. Let's be completely honest here.
Yeah, it is, but still. That final sequence though was amazing. Like the last 2 minutes of that match was probably one of my favorites and favorite match endings ever.
Yeah, it did. Even when they teased the rest of the Undisputed Era coming to Interfere.
Yeah, I thought that was brilliant. I was like, are they seriously coming out?
Yeah,
and I was like, or is he just because like he kept doing it too much, and that's when I figured he was just either they were gonna come from the other side.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or they were like never coming out at all.
Mm-hmm.
The one guy I didn't pick that night, or the one in the oh my god, I can't think right now. Undisputed Era.
Yeah, the one guy from the Undisputed Era.
The one in the Undisputed Era I didn't pick because I love Johnny Gargano and I was terrible at this.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah,
but I think it's also because I was looking for the shock value because usually when takeover they have like a big takeover. It's like you have multiple title changes and we had one.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
And I was like, really?
Yeah. Of course, I'm playing the Wrestle and Flow version of the Undisputed Era theme song from Josiah Williams, who was part of Adam Cole's entrance.
Yeah.
And he was really good interview on Lena Garcia's Chasing Glory podcast this past week, which is really good. So
yeah, that guy has an interesting background. He went to he said that his family is really big into music growing up, and that his uncle was actually a backup singer for Babyface.
Mm-hmm. Really?
I thought that was interesting.
That is actually legitimately cool.
His parents were singers, and he went to performing arts elementary and middle school.
Wow.
And
nice.
Yeah, he was all the time as it was around.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the show, like you mentioned, we're looking for some shock value. This, for a takeover that was kind of hastily put together, we thought it was on this day. We thought it was in San Jose. They moved it last minute to Connecticut. It got thrown around so much and had a weekend all to its own, and it delivered. It was really well done.
Yeah.
Pop of the night, I think it was Adam Cole. I think you had a lot of the crowd from New York come up. Baby, yes, Adam Cole.
Baby.
All right. You had a lot of crowd from New York, a lot of Ring of Honor centric crowd come to Connecticut for this, especially with the late notice on that. They said, yeah, let's go. So they had a good thing. Most heat was definitely, what are they called? The Forgotten Sons.
Yeah, yes. Dude, that heat was amazing.
Hence the name.
Yes.
But see, I like that kind of heat.
I forgot their name.
Yeah.
Every time they came close to winning, the crowd's booing was like amazing. I was like, dude,
that's pretty awesome.
They should win at some point just to piss people off.
Yeah. Now, as far as pick results, Tina went 0-5.
And I can't believe that.
7-2 to 0-5.
Thanks, JC.
I'm just saying, you're the AEW specialist is what we know right now. So
I'm the AEW. I'm not a NXT right now.
No, I know. Anyway,
I'm just happy I wasn't the worst this time.
I think it was just more like I was expecting more title changes, and then I got none, which was interesting to me. But I'm not upset with it at all. So
it's a good show. Tommy 2 and 3, Mike 3 and 2, and I went 4 and 1.
Oh, shut up.
And as far as our WrestleCast ratings,
JC's the NXT expert apparently.
0 to 5, 5 being WrestleMania 17, 0 being December to December. Mike's rating was a 4.75. Tina, what yours? You had to hear what you did on the live show was 4.6.
4.6.
You sticking with that?
Yeah. It was good for the most part, but I think the women's match kind of was weird in a way. There was a few things too that I was expecting more like a shock value of people like beating someone or this and that. And not to say it was a bad show, but it was just like we're kind of spoiled with NXT shows. NXT shows are like here, and you can't really like get lower than like here, which is like a 4.5 at NXT. NXTs will legitimately be 4.5s and higher.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.5. Some things here and there. The women's match, I know they're building up to something beyond that. But also, this show just felt, I know it was only 2.5 hours. It felt short to me.
Yeah.
But it was,
I wanted to see more.
Yeah, I wanted to see more, which is a great for NXT thing. I would love to have been a longer kickoff show. They only gave us 30 minutes and it was just talking.
And no match,
I wouldn't mind them having an hour and just getting one match in there, or even 30 minutes and getting a match in there would be bad. So,
yeah.
Tommy, your rating?
Honestly, for what we were given, I'm going to go 4.752 with Mike.
Okay.
Because, so yeah, it was short, but at the same time, it feels like to me, like you said, it was rushed. It was shopped around. They don't know what arena you're going to be in, what the crowd's going to be like. You can usually like these guys have wrestled all over the world, so they can probably gauge what they're going to do by the crowd reaction.
Right.
And if they thought they were going to be in one state, then suddenly they're up in the Northeast. And the Northeast, by the way, is much different than the rest of the wrestling world, like Texas. Like Texas is much different than the rest of the wrestling world. But
this crowd was engaged in the whole show, definitely.
And honestly, I think I was pleasantly surprised by how well a lot of it went. Even with the women's match, which I thought was lackluster, I think the ending for me after the match saved it more than anything. And I'm legitimately just because I know they can have a good match. I'm not saying that they can't have a good match, but just the Riddle and Strong match was just really, really good. And I was like, I knew this was going to be a good match. I wasn't expecting this good match.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah.
And especially it went pretty long too.
Yeah, it did. And I think, like I said, I think Matt Riddle's just immune to pain because he just doesn't feel it.
I did tell JC at one point it looked like he was a little like winded because he was like, man, I haven't been in a match this long.
Probably, but I cringe sometimes with him wrestling barefoot. I'm just waiting for that one major injury, and it's going to kind of mess everything
Roderick
up.
Strong is a marathon man, though. It's easy to get blown up with him because that dude is a goer. I've like all the matches of his, like I've seen, like you watch any match that goes over 30 minutes, over 40 minutes, he's still got the same speed like the entire match. That's
kind of how I feel about O'Reilly.
O'Reilly's exactly O'Reilly is still like that.
That match, his back.
I gotta.
His back got cut up. I was like, oh Jesus, he took some terrible bumps.
I hate to show you guys. It was a PWG show where Roderick Strong won the world title, but what happened was Roddy said he wasn't going to be there and then showed up anyway. It was after Kyle O'Reilly had a match with Ricochet to defend the belt, and Strong demanded a match then and there, and so they had a guerrilla warfare match. So Kyle O'Reilly wrestled a no DQ match immediately after wrestling Ricochet.
Holy crap!
Against Roderick Strong, and that match was another 20, maybe 30 minutes.
God, marathon man.
Yeah, so I gotta show you guys the match. It's so good. I love that match so much.
Yeah, I also like the crowd's reaction with the Dream and Tyler Breeze match because at one point they were like, Tyler,
he is gorgeous.
Yeah. He is gorgeous.
Velveteen
Dream.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
and then all of a sudden they were
it's
like,
we're not in sync right now.
Yeah, I know. And then all of a sudden, like they usually say, like, this is awesome. They were like, this is gorgeous.
And that was amazing. I was like, that's like the one time in wrestling when there were no women involved. That chant made total sense.
Oh, he is gorgeous.
And I'm like, just imagine them as a tag team.
Yes, one day.
Too gorgeous. That would just be their name.
Too gorgeous.
Too gorgeous.
The gorgeous stream.
Too gorgeous.
It would be a gorgeous stream. Overall, our rating was 4.65.
Nice.
That's about standard for TakeOver.
Yeah, that's about right.
Again, TakeOver, we cannot be lower than a 4.5. We do not get disappointed by them.
And that's the thing. Triple H is running this. We'll get into it later with the whole things that Moxley has said in podcast interviews.
Yeah.
These guys are hungry. These guys are motivated to do it. So Now, from there, we have a couple of wrestling shows this weekend. WWE Super Showdown happening in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Of note, people not attending are John Cena, who, by the way, is hosting Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader now? That's a great gig.
Really?
Yes, he is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Daniel Bryan, for reasons he has said before, I think it's equality issues, LGBTQ, women, that sort of thing. Sami Zayn, I also forgot to put one more name on here that's not going. Sami Zayn's not going because he's of Syrian descent. And Kevin Owens, since his wife has asked him not to go, and B, he's really good friends with Sami Zayn if Sami's not going for that reason.
Yeah.
And Aleister Black, who nothing of his choice, but some of the tattoos that he has have some religious connotations that Saudi Arabians could find offensive. One in particular he has is a tattoo of Lilith. If you don't know this, is of Jewish mythology.
Yeah.
She kind of represents, before Eve, there was Adam and Lilith. It was kind of the lost story of the Bible. You feel free to look it up. It's very interesting. But she represents equality for men and women. So
Jewish story?
It's technically a Jewish mythology, but Jewish to Christianity. It's an Old Testament thing. Yeah.
You can also find like a fictionalized version of Paradise Lost, I believe.
It has that story too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
look up an old history documentary on
lit.
hashtag lit. There's an old History Channel documentary about like
And
some of
history,
the
apparently.
banned books from the Bible. So that's a really interesting story to me. So
Yeah.
now matches, we're gonna run through these quickly because most of them are kind of
Exactly.
Yeah.
50-man battle royal. Mike flat out and said he's picking the man Becky Lynch since it is a 50-man battle royal.
Oh my God! I hope he's right.
I know.
I've never wanted him to be so right in my life.
It would be great if the man
great.
showed up.
Fully clothed, obviously.
I mean, yeah, she could wear a long dress for all I care, and I just hope I just
That'd
want her to
be
win.
great.
Yeah, that'd be
That would be amazing if she came out in a really
I
long,
don't
like.
think that would happen, but that'd be great.
It'd
Yeah.
be great though.
I'd be pissed off. Like, why is this woman winning? I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't
All
know.
right, Tina, who you picking?
Originally, I said Strowman
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know. But then you said he had a match. So I'm going to pick Joe.
Joe. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The new U.S. champion.
Yeah, the random U.S.
Oh,
champion.
Lord. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that after this. I'm actually going to go with Drew McIntyre on this one.
They got to give him something.
He's not in a match.
I'm sorry.
If you're booking this guy to challenge, you exactly got to give him something, right? Like Strowman won it last year. I think like McIntyre, I think a heel's going to win it this year. So give it to the top guy. At least I think he's the top heel. I don't know what they're doing with this.
What about
shit.
Ali? Ali.
Is Ali going?
Is he going?
I don't know. Well, I imagine he is.
Yeah,
they haven't
I
said
think-
that he's not. So yeah.
Well, that's the thing with me when this says 50-man battle royal. I was like, y'all got 50 people to agree to go to
Exactly.
this.
Honestly,
a number of people dropping out left and right.
I feel like you're gonna have 50 people in there, but at some point they're all gonna be trying to pin R-Truth to get his 24/7 title in the middle of the match.
That would be awesome.
So in the middle of a
So
battle,
R-Truth is going to be in the match.
R-Truth is
with his
probably
belt?
going to be in it. By
Okay,
the way, tonight on SmackDown, he lost
it
the
again?
title in a lumberjack match to Elias, and then for every game, all the lumberjacks tried to get Elias. Elias snuck out. R-Truth was crawling out. R-Truth chased Elias under the ring and happened to pin Elias while they were under the ring. Came out as 24/7 champ and took off. So R-Truth is
Was there a
still
ref under there?
a ref crawled under there to make the pin count.
I missed this. Wow.
It was a good SmackDown. Laredo. Hats off to Laredo
My
tonight.
hometown.
Last time WWE was there for TV, the crowd was kind of dead. They were in it this night, and they got a great show.
That's great.
They really did. So a great close with
the little
Goldberg and
bit
Undertaker.
because I barely watched any of Raw from Monday, but the little bit I did see was Cesaro pull out a table with R-Truth laying on the table. I was like, why?
Yeah.
But and I said why, but then I said, you know what? Why not?
The thing is, he was hiding under there the whole show.
Yeah, that was funny.
That
was
is amazing.
That was the point of it. Because early in the show, Carmella's looking for him. Like, where are you, R-Truth? And
But
then
I mean,
they
but
pull
we
the table
can't
out, there he
can't
is
say that
hiding.
Raw was that great though.
It wasn't. But
But
R-Truth's
SmackDown was
hilarious.
way-
but R-Truth amazingly is the shining light that actually keeps making me want to watch
I know.
WWE TV. Actually,
Mahal pinning him on the golf course
that was
in
freaking hilarious.
in hashtag Full Gear Challenge too. By the way, on a golf course on a Sunday. Yeah. So
Oh,
Tommy,
man,
who are you
yeah.
picking for this battle royal? By the way.
I'm gonna go Drew McIntyre as well, just
McIntyre,
because at this point I'm like, dear God, give this man something.
Exactly.
That's just how I feel.
All right, Lucha House Party, Lars Sullivan. Does anybody really care?
Not really.
No.
But I'm gonna go with mi gente. I don't
Tina's
give a
going
crap.
with Lucha.
I know they're gonna get squashed,
Mike's
but I'm
going
still gonna go with mi
Sullivan.
gente.
I'm going Sullivan.
Tommy's going Sullivan.
No, I'm gonna go Lucha House Party because I just want them to win.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I'll go with
Mi
you on
gente.
this.
It's gonna be a squash. Who cares?
Yeah, but I
It
don't
is,
care.
but
Yeah.
I can't.
Look.
I don't like that guy.
I'm going into this show knowing I'll be wrong most of the time, and I kind of don't care this time around.
It's kind of how I felt about the NXT one. I was like, I don't care if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot from this show, right? So
I don't even know if I'm gonna watch this.
I was literally about to say the exact same thing.
I might only want to watch. I honestly only want to watch like
the few matches,
maybe 2.
I might watch it. I might watch some of each match just to get like the highlights and then just like kind of skip
maybe
the
2
rest.
or 3 matches.
Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. Mike is picking Braun Strowman. I'm gonna pick Bobby Lashley for this one. Tina,
where am I at? Lashley.
No, Lashley. And
I'm picking Strowman.
Tina's going Strowman.
I'm not gonna pick.
Tommy, who you got?
I'm going Strowman.
Strowman, all right. Lone wolf in this, man.
Lone wolf that one, yeah.
Roman Reigns against the best in the world, Shane McMahon. Mike is going with Roman Reigns.
Roman.
Tina's
they got to
going with
build him
Roman.
back to John Cena status.
You know, this is interesting to me because
this is actually interesting to me too. Actually,
they have built Shane as like somehow come away with the way do some shenanigans here and there, but they're starting to build Roman up. We got to get him back to being the top guy. Damn it, make Roman look strong.
I told you.
I don't know how much stronger you can look when you beat cancer twice. Like I don't know how much more, what more you can possibly do.
No, I said
Superman.
last time the way they're booking it, if it's a McMahon, they're probably going to win.
Yeah, that's why this one's hard for me to choose. This is actually hard for me to choose.
I'm actually going to pick Roman only because this is probably the only place he can consistently be getting cheered.
Yeah.
If he wins,
that's
if he beats
a good
Shane.
point.
So
That's a good point.
you know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Who you got, Tommy?
Okay, I'm gonna go Roman too. That's sound logic. I really was undecided until you said that.
I really hope so. Triple H versus Randy Orton.
Oh, who cares? Sorry.
Tina cares. Tina.
Randy.
No, she's gonna be. That's the only match she's interested in. Well, one of the only
I
ones.
just want to stare at him. That's all.
Mike's picking Triple H. I'm picking Randy.
I don't really want to watch this match. I just want to stare at Randy.
I'm picking Randy too.
They talk to me.
I'm picking Randy, and it's not
you
that
can
I
talk to me anytime.
It's not, wow. I don't even hate these two together. I don't even hate these two having a match. I just like it seems it's random. It's way too random for this.
To me, it's like eh.
And the go home promo for this on Raw was them just like kind of jawing at each other and comparing ball size.
And we saw that back in 2009 for WrestleMania.
Yeah. I really hope it's a legend kill and just get this over with.
I laughed though when Randy said like, "Why don't you go get Stephanie to get your balls or something?"
Yeah.
I started laughing. I thought that was funny. It was really
good.
Funny. And then you could see Triple H's face like trying to figure out what the hell do I say.
Yeah, what do I say coming up?
You don't have any. That's right.
Yeah.
No,
I think because Randy's safe enough, he can go off script. And what are they going to do? Fire him? He's like, okay.
He's just going to go like this.
Yeah.
And go to AEW.
Yeah. They will welcome him
with his real name.
If for no other reason, then they would happily be like, "Oh, we can." Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Now the match that I think everybody is interested on this card.
This one actually is interesting.
Yes.
Intercontinental Championship, and not just Finn Balor, Demon Balor. Yes.
What did I call it?
The Demon. Okay, Tina. When I was asking her, she's feeling a little under the weather, but Trooper sticking it out today, asking for her pick. She was conflicted because it's, as she put it, quote, "mi gente" or "mi abs."
And I love mi gente, but I'm gonna go with
but
the abs.
you love them abs.
No, I'm gonna go with the ab because he's Demon Balor and he's undefeated as Demon Balor. And ride or die.
Ride or die. Mike's also picking the Demon. I'm picking the Demon. Tommy, you're picking the abs.
Demon.
Yeah, you want them abs too, don't you, boy?
I'm picking the abs. Yeah,
I'm picking the abs.
Plus, Andrade is not gonna have Zelina Vega in his corner for this one.
I mean, the man said it himself. You got the best abs.
I mean,
you still got the best abs.
Let's just stop playing around with this. The abs. I don't care. I don't care if you're a guy, a girl, straight, gay. Doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. You will stare because you're just like, how? Yeah. How is that possible?
Just looks at you like, look at my bazillion abs.
I know he has like muscles. He has the 8 abs crease. I'm like, what?
He's got a case, dude. He's got like 24 of them.
His theme song should be "I'm sexy and I know it," and no one will question it.
His abs have abs, for crying out loud.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here's where it's going to get interesting. The Universal Championship, Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin. Mike is picking Seth. We're going to kind of go two ways with this. So Tina's also picking Seth. Tommy?
Seth.
I'm also going with you guys. We're all picking Seth. Now, here's the follow-up question.
I was okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so Brock has basically said he's cashing in. And honestly, this feels like The Saudi Arabians. First of all, they have to promote this as good as or the equivalent of WrestleMania. Apparently, that's in the contract. They have to promote this event that way.
Which is so stupid to me.
You can't say that before the show actually happens.
I know, but Brock, they've teased the whole cash-in thing. They did it to boost some ratings on Raw. I don't know if it worked, but he basically said clear as day he's cashing in on Friday at this event, which means to me, okay, they want to see a cash-in in Saudi Arabia. Maybe that's part of the contract. Mike predicts there's going to be a cash-in, but it's not going to be successful due to shenanigans. Which is fine with me because that kills the briefcase as long as the bell rings. So
I don't think he's going to cash in. He's going to, he's going to tease it, and he's not going to do it. I feel like he's gonna, now that he knows it's a year, it's gonna take a year. Like, I have a year to cash in. He's gonna take a year to cash in.
I'm with Mike. I think he's going to cash in, but he's not going to win the title.
Okay.
Well, I'm kind of conflicted about. I don't know, because if Corbin loses, he's probably going to try and lay out Rollins, and then you're going to get the cash in that we should have had on Monday. But Tina, you're thinking there's not going to be a cash in.
No.
Okay. No cash in. Tommy, what do you got?
I feel like he's going to drag this out. Piss more people off.
I just hope to God there's a cash in. I'm so over this. Like I've.
So you hope there's a cash in, but do you think he's going to win?
No. I think it's going to be one or two things. Even if Baron Corbin does lay out Seth, it's going to be a matter of like
Drew McIntyre or somebody get involved.
Maybe so, or like he's going to roll up Brock and him not see it. Use the ropes, whatever, what have you.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll probably have another match somewhere down the line, but at that point, I won't care as much. I hate the idea of him with the damn briefcase. That just pisses me off so bad. You have this great concept for other wrestlers, and this idiot still has it. So
yeah, Ali should be the briefcase holder.
Ali should be the briefcase holder.
All right, WWE Championship: Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler was kind of really a last-minute replacement when Kevin Owens was deciding not to go.
That being said, Dolph's promo like last week or week before when he said about it should be me, that was really good. I loved that promo.
Yeah,
but I legitimately did.
I'm going with Kofi. Mike's going with Kofi. Tina, you're going with Kofi. Yeah,
Kofi.
Tommy. I think we're all going with Kofi just because, let's face it, this is kind of like a part-time thing for Ziggler. He's still on a comedy tour, which is fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I think this match could definitely steal the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too.
Ziggler's never disappointed. So
I was just about to say that I think this will be a show stealer because the matches they've had before have always been good. So there's no reason this can't be.
And what will likely be the main event is The Undertaker versus Goldberg. Mike is picking Goldberg.
I'm picking Goldberg.
Yep. I'm also picking Goldberg as well. For whatever reason, I don't think The Undertaker can win in Saudi Arabia. I think he's 0-2, if I'm not mistaken. Keep the streak alive.
Didn't he win the casket match?
Oh yeah, he did win the casket match.
So
you said it yourself.
So he's 1-1.
So he's 1-1. That's right. He won the casket match with Rusev.
You said it yourself. You didn't know if he was even going to go because he's you said of Jewish descent. Maybe
Goldberg.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if he wins, do you think they'd be upset?
No, I think as Mike put it, they really don't catch on to it with names and stuff like that.
No, I'm just saying, like, if they figure out that it's this or that they could be telling him, well, we want Undertaker to win because we don't want him to win.
I would hope they're not in the point where they're booking how people win.
I'm sure they are.
I hope not.
I hope not.
I think Goldberg,
for that much money, I'm sure they have a little bit of say.
Honestly, from how they're in shape right now, I think Goldberg's going to win just because it's going to be a quick match. I don't see it going for very long.
Yeah, I don't see it going past.
This is going to go. Honestly, this match can go the way of like Goldberg Hogan on Nitro. It'd be like a quick finish too, like a spear, jackhammer, pin.
The match Goldberg had with Lesnar for the Universal title at WrestleMania that year wasn't that bad. It was only a few minutes, but it was still an entertaining few minutes. I don't see why this.
The one they had, the most recent one they had.
Yeah,
that's the match they had years ago. That definitely made up for that MSG one. So.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Who you got, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm going Goldberg.
All right.
Yeah. We'll see what happens though. Like I said, this is the one show I won't mind being.
I'm not expecting much from the show. To be honest with you,
I'm not expecting a lot.
But hey, Friday in the middle of the afternoon.
What time is it there?
I think it's a 1 o'clock in the afternoon our time.
Oh,
okay.
So I have that written down here.
Be at work cleaning my classroom.
1 o'clock. I'm sorry, 2 o'clock. No, 1 o'clock. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is 1 o'clock. Kickoff show's at noon. So yeah. I'll probably have it up on the iPad or something.
Have it on the background while you're cleaning your classroom.
Exactly. Put it on the projector.
I can put it on the projector, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not like I haven't done that before. Don't say that. No one heard that.
Nope.
So that's our picks for Super Showdown in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. This is going to be Friday, so, interesting little Friday afternoon thing. It's kind of different. This is kind of a weird weekend, at least for wrestling shows as far as timing goes.
Yeah.
Now, we mentioned the whole Mysterio thing. He, of course, had an injury and was set to relinquish the title on Raw.
That was weird.
Instead of just relinquishing it, he relinquished it to Samoa Joe, which had Vacant in a freaking uproar on Twitter. First off, he shared the link and said, "What?" And first, he had retweeted Rey Mysterio relinquishes U.S. Championship tonight. There we go. So then when he relinquished, said, "What?" Lance Storm tweeted, "Vacant is going to be pissed." And Vacant responded, "More than pissed. I earned that championship." Vacant says, "I have won the U.S. title 42 times in my career, spanning back to the days when I defeated Buddy Rogers in 1961 in the NWA. Rey Mysterio not relinquishing the title to me is devastating and, quite frankly, a petty oversight on his behalf." So, at the very end, of course, after that whole segment, Samoa Joe choked out Rey because why not keep the heat on yourself? Rey's going to be out for an injury. Vacant tweeted that picture and said, "Bad decisions lead to worse consequences. Hashtag Rey screwed Vacant." Whoever is running this Twitter account, you're freaking amazing. That's hilarious.
Twitter account, you need a raise.
Yes.
If you're getting paid, you need to get paid more.
That's pretty damn
and
awesome.
I want
Wait,
a shirt. I want a shirt
sorry.
that says that.
What?
Go back to the.
To Vacant?
Yeah.
I want a shirt that says Rey screwed Vacant.
Wow.
That'd probably be out there soon when you think about it.
Pro Wrestling Tees, get on it.
Yep. Great tweets,
Rey
man.
screwed Vacant.
I
Rey
have won the
screwed-
U.S. title 42 times in my career.
Yeah.
Spanning back to when I defeated Buddy Rogers.
That's the one I read, yeah.
That's
Hey.
hilarious.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Lance Storm tweet now, that's
Vacant's
hilarious.
career has been long and storied. I do not know why people don't understand.
All I
this.
know is you better go in the Hall of Fame.
For sure.
Yep.
Hashtag justice for Breeze.
Justice for Vacant.
Or was it for Breeze?
For Breeze, yeah, that's something else. All right. Now,
He was hoping Tyler Breeze would win that.
from WWE, we move into, well, WWE's going to be on that side of the world, so I guess we'll go a little bit further east. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, of course, as we're recording this on Tuesday night, tonight is the much anticipated, or at least recently anticipated, Jon Moxley versus Juice Robinson. Part of the Best of the Super Juniors card that's going to be happening overnight for us. Are you staying up to watch it?
Tommy's gonna stay up.
I'm not tonight, no, but I can because
Tommy can be keeping Starbucks in business. Is what
I
we're doing.
I would happily, but no, but if we're still at work tomorrow, I can watch it then. Which,
Oh, there you go.
no, seriously, like, and I can say this because she doesn't care. If we're slow at work, my boss doesn't care. Like as long as I don't do it, as long as I'm not like watching videos like while we're busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
she's good
Okay.
with it. Yeah.
That's nice.
Now, as far as Dominion itself, Dominion is taking place on early Sunday morning for us, our time. There's
Yeah.
only 3 matches announced for the card right now. 3 confirmed.
Yeah.
But I mentioned the Moxley and Juice Robinson match that's going on overnight tonight. You said there might be some other... Whatever happens tonight is going to play into more what could happen at Dominion, right?
So the Best of Super Juniors like usually sets up more matches for Dominion because like they have a lot of tag team matches scheduled. So they have
just threw a bunch together.
Yeah,
including Bandido.
Well, we'll see. Well,
Yeah.
that's because because this is the official end of the tour of the Best Super Juniors tour. And then, Dominion kind of ends the tour too. But like this is, but like
That's
a lot
the climax of it.
Yeah, a lot of the talent goes back to like the CMLL guys go back to Mexico around this time. They might be a Dominion, they might not. It just kind of depends on how they worked out the flights and everything. Okay. So this is kind of like the end. This is the definitive end of the tour though for sure because like everyone who's like the both blocks have been decided. And like the finals are that day. So the funny part is Moxley and Juice won't even be the main event. I'm guessing it'll be Shingo Takagi versus Will Ospreay.
The winner of that is facing Dragon Lee.
The winner of that will more than likely face Dragon Lee at Dominion for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Okay. That's how that usually plays out. Whoever wins the Best juniors goes to Dominion to face the champion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So based on that. I mean, well, we can't really pick it because we don't know who that's going to be yet.
Yeah.
So,
although I have theories.
Okay.
So Best Super Juniors. My theory, and I could be wrong here because of how the promos went. Because I watched the promos of these two today of Ospreay and Takagi, and Ospreay is pumped, man. He's got his win back. I think though Takagi's going to win it.
Okay.
And then he'll face Dragon Lee. and then he'll win the championship from Dragon Lee. Is my opinion. Is what I think will happen.
Okay.
On the other side of that coin, Ospreay could win the Best of the Super Juniors, but he could lose to Dragon Lee, because I also heard a rumor that Hiromu Takahashi, who was injured with a neck injury last year, will be back tonight.
Now, a question for you: have they 100% confirmed the G1 Climax thing that you're going to in Dallas? Have they set the card yet 100% in stone?
They haven't set it 100% in stone, but they have confirmed who will be there. They've confirmed that Okada, Tanahashi, Naito,
so far who's going to be there?
Jushin Liger, and others will be there.
Okay,
yeah, but it is confirmed. This is the official kickoff to the G1.
Now, as I said, we're filming it right now on Tuesday night. This hasn't happened yet. By the time this stuff gets posted, it'll already have happened. I think Moxley's going to win.
Really?
And I think the rematch is going to be when you're in Dallas.
In Dallas? Okay.
Yes. So you're going to see Juice and Moxley again in Dallas under the New Japan umbrella.
Okay.
But I would love to see Moxley win.
I would love to see that. Actually, I would love to see that too.
The way he got into Juice's head with these promos, who's the mystery man. And then
the promos were brilliant.
He's been in Japan like pretty much all week getting ready for this. So
yeah.
I think Moxley's going to pull off something great. Especially after this is basically his first match post WWE.
Yeah, so it really is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna be great. I hope you're right.
Now on to Dominion itself. Now we're only going to be picking 3 matches that have been announced so far. Never Openweight Championship: Taichi the champion versus Tomohiro Ishii. Mike is picking Ishii to become the new champion here. That's who he's going with.
Okay.
Tina?
I think my pick would be best described by Tommy.
Tommy, go ahead.
Okay.
Tommy knows exactly who I want to pick.
Yeah, for sure. I'm right. I am right here with her. Watch.
You got it. Right?
Look, man. Watch this. So I'm gonna pick Ishii.
Okay.
Same. Why are you laughing?
I thought of a joke. Anyway,
okay.
So
keep going.
Go ahead,
and the reason
explain why I picked that.
Absolutely, this is all her idea. So the reason Tina is picking Ishii, and I'm just copying off of her clearly.
Exactly. Clearly.
Is because
clearly I'm the expert.
Yeah, exactly. Is because for me, honestly, I'm just going to call it. Taichi's a bit of a pissant. He really is. And he walked up to...
Whoa, I didn't say that.
No, you didn't. That was my word. She's too nice to use that word. Mm-hmm. But Taichi basically went up to a pit bull and slapped it in the face and dared him to bite him. So...
Wow.
Ishii will be more than happy.
He's a biter.
No, he went up to Ishii literally minutes after Ishii had just beat Evil in a match. And like he said, I challenge you for this belt because I know I can beat you for it. And Ishii was like, okay, sure. I'll be happy to take that belt off your hands for you. So I don't think Taichi's going to pull this one off. There may be shenanigans, but I just don't think he can do it this time. I'm sorry, Taichi.
Right. And that is exactly what I thought. So I'm going to go with the same.
Oh,
same.
Man. That was a funny joke that I'm remembering right now, which is why I'm laughing. That joke was great.
Don't worry. This is the only one that Tommy is explaining for me. The other two, I actually know who these people are. Oops.
Damn it, I told you to follow the script.
Oh, my Lord.
Damn it, Tommy, I didn't see right there. Okay.
I'm going lone wolf on this one, and then picking Taichi to win this. So.
If you're right, I will smack you with something if you're right on camera.
I have no idea who these people are.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get to someone Tina knows. IWGP Intercontinental Championship, Kota Ibushi. I think this is a rematch from
it's a rematch from G1 Supercard.
I'm sorry, G1 Supercard, right?
Yes, G1
Supercard.
Because Wrestle Kingdom, he faced Will Ospreay.
That's right. Yeah, Tetsuya Naito challenging Kota Ibushi. Mike is picking Kota Ibushi to retain. Tina?
I only know Kota Ibushi, so I'm going to go.
Well, she saw this match on G1, and she was more than impressed, I think, with this one.
He was awesome. I was like, that guy is, wow.
Kota's fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to remember that guy's name.
I'm picking Ibushi as well. Tommy, you making this a clean sweep?
Yeah, I'm making it a clean sweep.
Okay.
But this one's harder for me than the Never Openweight Championship because the G1's right around the corner.
Yeah.
And honestly, Kota and Sonata are my top two to win it this year. And my only thing is if Kota will win it with the belt and do what Naito has been dying to do and win both belts at the same time, the Intercontinental and IWGP,
and the Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. So either he'll do that or Naito could win it back and then get himself in line for a title shot before the end of the G1 and walk into Wrestle Kingdom with both belts, or not. But anyway, but Kota is just my favorite this year to just win a lot of stuff because for one, he stuck with New Japan when everyone thought he was going to AEW. Like literally, there was not one person who didn't think he was going. New Japan was just prepared to lose him, like altogether. Like they were like, yeah, he's gone.
I like that theory. I think he's going to get the Okada style push on this one. Honestly,
I think he is
going to build this up.
Well, because that, and he actually signed with them before he was just a free agent. Working with them. He had a working deal. He was a free agent though, but now he's signed with them.
I would love to see him versus Okada, champion for first champion at Wrestle Kingdom.
That would be amazing. Awesome. That would be amazing.
Of course, that leads into the IWGP Heavyweight Championship: Kazuchika Okada versus Chris Jericho. Now, Mike is picking Okada. Tina,
I'm also picking Okada.
Okay. Are you as back and forth as this one as Tommy is?
I was for a little bit, but I feel like if this is New Japan, this is not. No offense, that kind of weird thing to say, but this is not the United States. Yeah. So New Japan, I feel like Okada's gonna keep it, and Jericho's gonna probably win the AEW. That's what I think.
This is well, you mentioned AEW, and this is interesting to me. Jericho, of course, drawing nuclear heat in AEW for his promos and stuff, and he's already set to face Paige at All Out in August 31st. Yep. Oh man. I'm just conflicted as Tommy is on this one too because it could go either way.
Yeah, real quick, I noticed that All Out is already kind of doing the New Japan thing of having their like world title defenses months out before they actually do it, as opposed to every month like other companies do. Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty cool.
That's smart. It's smart booking. It doesn't have to be every month. You kind of build it and make it something. But these guys have to be like these guys don't have a TV deal and they're doing a great job promoting it.
Yeah.
But I am going to stick with Okada. As I mentioned, I would love to see Okada Ibushi, and you have all this time to build it up for January 4th.
Yeah.
So I think Okada's going to keep it in that respect. So.
Yeah. Now, before I make my pick, I do think Jericho's going to show up tonight at the Best Super Juniors finale and like just
interfere with that tag match.
Yeah, he's going to jump Okada at some point because he hasn't done it yet, and that's a staple. He's got to do it at least once. I mean, that's how he gets on everybody's skin.
Okay.
That being said, I also think that Okada's going to win this one. Okay. So I'll make it a clean sweep. Now, that being said, I think there's another match at the finals tonight that I think is going to have huge implications as to who his next challenger will be because Tanahashi is going to face off against Jay White.
Okay.
Jay White, of course, just lost the belt from Okada G1 Supercard. Tanahashi's been out with an injury ever since he was defeated by Zack Sabre Jr. for the British Heavyweight Championship, RPW. So I think whoever wins this match is going to be next in line to challenge whoever. And that match, if they're not in the G1, could take place in Dallas.
You lucky. You can see Okada defend the belt in Dallas.
But in my dream scenario mind, I would get Okada Tanahashi like number 12 at this point. It's like the 12th time they face each other, and I do not care. These are like the two people who I literally say could have a match every day, and I would not be disappointed because every time they've had a match from their very first encounter, it's been at least a 4-star classic. When they got to know each other, it became 5 stars every time. Like it was almost impossible for Dave Meltzer to not give them 5 stars whenever they wrestled each other, just because. Like even in they had a G1 climax match once, and in G1 and like most matches in Japan are either 30 minutes or an hour time limit. I think that one was. I think they gave them 30 minutes or 45 or something like that, and they went to the time limit.
Wow.
Like they because they hate losing to one another. They absolutely refuse at this point. You have to nearly kill one of them to the other to stay down.
Well, as I mentioned, those are the three. We're kind of just going to judge off of that. This stuff gets thrown together last minute as far as Dominion goes. A lot of the, like you said, the best of Super Juniors will decide a few things. So
when is that show?
Sunday, early Sunday morning for us. I'll have the details at the end of the show when that one is. So, yeah. On New Japan World, Tommy, thank you for getting me your login and password for that, so we can watch it on Sunday morning. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Now, before we close out, I wanted to mention we did discuss this a little bit on a live show, but nobody could hear it.
We discussed it, but no one.
The
really
Jon Moxley
heard it.
podcast interviews. I'm speaking mostly about the ones he did, Chris Jericho, which kind of blew up the internet.
Yeah.
And he recently did one also with Wade Keller for a pretty extended period of time. Now, some of the things they discussed, of course, was I just call it right here the video that broke the internet. As we all know, the day Moxley's contract officially expired, He had his tech guy ready to go. The Twitter account changed to Jon Moxley. All the other tweets he might have had previously were deleted, and then he posted a video 5 minutes after midnight of something that he had filmed in February with the debut of Jon Moxley. Moxley returning, breaking out of a prison. It was pretty awesome. We talked about it. Yeah, big dog chasing him.
I'm sorry, I just love
Which, by the way, too, there was like a little knife or something in that video that he was holding. Masada actually crafted that knife for him.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
On the Tacos and Tap Outs interview that came out today, shout out to Professor and Gerald the Great.
Ooh, does that mean we're going to get a Moxley Masada match at some point down in Texas?
I hope so.
Oh, God, please, yes. I will draw. I don't care. I don't care where in Texas that match happens. I will be there.
Dylan,
Same.
Book it for heavy metal if you can.
Seriously.
Same. I will totally be there.
Yeah, so Masada was a great interview, by the way. You Tacos and Tap Outs guys. Really enjoyed it. Reminisced about some stories. Necro Butcher, obviously.
There's no way he couldn't.
And, of course, the Hooligans beatdown that we all know and love from CWF.
Yeah.
CW what?
CWF.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
My Wrestling Federation. What do you think I said?
No, I'm
yeah,
trying to play it up.
I just yeah, because like literally, it took me about half a second. Like, oh yeah, that was a thing for like a hot minute, and like
some people remember. So,
and by hot minute, I mean 30 seconds.
Yeah, good interview, but he gets in a lot of crafting things, something he's passionate about, and he's craft like weapons. He actually crafted like the whole like armor stuff that the they're called the Viking Raiders now wear. So that's something Masada's crafted. It's
those are his homies. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So. Now, one of the big things that Moxley talked about, at least on both of these interviews, is the creative process, WWE versus AEW. And a lot of his frustrations he talked about when he was out with an injury. It was at that point he was realizing, you know what, I'm done. I'm not renewing my contract. A lot of his frustration is the creative process. You have guys writing for it. They're giving him a script. If he doesn't like something, he's constantly going to Vince about it, because if he goes through the writer's got to check with Vince, yada, yada, yada. So you're all writing to please one guy. And it was just frustrating because, as he put it, you're brought up learning how to be a wrestler, learning the psychology, how to build a character, how to cut a promo to get to the biggest stage in the world, and they have to write everything for you.
Yeah. He was saying more
they don't know your character.
Well, he was also saying more like he felt more like an actor than an actual like wrestler, because when you go independent wrestling, you have to learn to be charismatic, create a story and build it up. And then when he became a wrestler for WWE, they were like, "Oh, don't worry about all that stuff. Just wrestle, and we'll write everything that you're gonna say." And he just was like, "Well, what am I here for?"
I think for some guys, you can do that, and you should. For some,
oh yeah, of course.
But there are guys like him, and I think guys like him. I think Seth Rollins doesn't need it either. Like you don't need.
But there's a lot of them that don't need it.
Yeah, there's a lot. I was naming them as like another example. It's like there are guys who don't need that. They're perfectly capable of cutting a promo that could get you invested on their own.
Yeah.
So
points.
I think with some guys, write out their whole promo, do that for them. But then the guys who prove that they don't need it, because honestly, okay, this is going to be really controversial when I say this, but there are some old promos of Roman Reigns from FCW that clearly weren't written that he did fine on. It's when he got the main roster, and then
he's had a few on Raw like that too. The point is, most of his are heavily scripted, and he's having to remember what he's supposed to say verbatim, which is a pain in the ass.
And that's annoying. You have enough to worry about when you're in the wrestling ring, like the actual wrestling.
It takes its toll mentally on you. So how does that compare to AEW? Well, as he said to Wade Keller, this when he got was making his surprise entrance. All they did was text Cody before he came, into the back. If you watch Being the Elite, they kind of showed some behind the scenes. He texted Cody, said, "Hey, have a camera ready for me when I get out to the back when I'm done." And Cody's like, "Okay." Does his run in, lays out Omega, goes to the back after the show's off the air. Camera guy's there, wait for him. He's like, "All right, let's go." Goes in the locker room. One take, cuts his promo about a paradigm shift. That's it. One take, quick. Immediately after, "Hey, can we do this thing with Joey Janela?" Sure. One take about him stealing a cigarette. Okay, that's done. All right, do some funny thing with the Young Bucks. Boom, that's the entrance to the Young Bucks where they pretend to do the Shield thing and he walks off. He cut 3 quality promos in a matter of 10 minutes. Whereas you couldn't do that in WWE. We got, make sure the lighting is right. Make sure this is right.
He was talking about one day that he had to go to Raw and he had to do 6 different segments, and how 2 or 3 of those segments were taped, and the other 1 or 2 was live and all this stuff, and how he had to go in circles to get something changed. And he wanted to get it changed, and like Vince was like, "No, it's great, it's you." And then he's like, "What do you mean? I sound like a moron? Like it doesn't make sense."
He expanded more on that with Wade Keller too. Is like when he's filming these promos. Okay, he's got that stuff throughout the day. He's done. He goes, he's trying to talk about getting his match, and then those guys come back and say, hey, Vince wants us to do it again. There were some guys walking around in the background, things like that.
He's exhausted, though. He said he was exhausted because I had to go do all these things, and I'm exhausted by it.
Whereas with AEW, he's like a smart, it's a reality. It's a locker room.
Yeah, I think people working in the backgrounds never really bothered me with that.
Yeah,
kind of stuff,
like he compared it to coaches' interviews on the sideline or after a game, a basketball game, people are walking around and everything. Baseball guys get dumped Gatorade if they hit like the game-winning run or something like that, So why does it have to be always a clear background when someone's interviewed? It's basically like, okay, we have all these guys on the roster, but nobody's behind people when they're on camera. That's kind of weird.
So let me put on a couple of hats real quick. First, my ECW hat. So ECW, two things. I mentioned one of these before, the Steve Austin interview, the Steve Austin promo he cut after he got fired by WCW. It's on one of the compilation Stone Cold DVDs. If I find it or find it on YouTube or something, it's great. It's fantastic. Because like in reality, they were in a basement of a hotel or somewhere, and they were cutting the promo because he was there. Sandman, Raven, Tommy Dreamer. They were all there cutting promos that night, and they would just cut them and then keep moving. And like after he cut his promo, you could hear the Sandman saying "effing awesome," and they were all clapping for him. And then Tommy Dreamer said that Paul Heyman will go up to him and Raven and said, "What do you two want to do? Like, who do you want to bring in? Like, who? Like," and he said, "If we can bring him in, we can. That'll help your feud." And so that's and that feud was one of the best in ECW history. For my New Japan hat that I shall now put on, that the interview right after a match, they always do that. Like after almost every single show, they go right to the back where in front of the board or in front of all their sponsors, which is nothing wrong with that. These guys are paying them. Yes. Put their name somewhere, and they just cut promos about the matches. Like they'll if they're lost, they'll express their disappointment. If they're looking forward to what happens next, they'll talk about that. Like some of the promos aren't even really promos. They're just like because like after Sonata lost to Okada at the recent show, the promo was just him being carried off. Like he was like wasn't even able to walk under his own power at that point.
That's all you need.
Yeah, it's like simple things like that are just saying like, oh, he was in a hard match. He doesn't need to cut a promo right now. He's exhausted beyond all reason. Yeah. He's just trying to lay down somewhere.
You mentioned Sandman. Shout out Sandman showing up on Impact and giving
was
a new
so
kendo
cool.
stick.
Oh my god, I was so happy to see Sandman
there. This stuff is interesting. The Lesnar thing. He talked about his frustration with Lesnar, and there's a lot to it. I'm particularly mad about it because that's the WrestleMania we all went to, 32.
Yeah.
The match we were so looking forward to, and just how Lesnar just wasn't invested in it, and how nobody really was because it wasn't an important match.
He said he was late. He showed up like the night before.
I believe it.
He goes into detail on Wade Keller's podcast, but
it's crazy.
The thing is, if you interview Moxley from now on, don't ask about WWE. He's done. He's talking about it. He's done his thing. He's not so much mad at Lesnar. He understands you're there for a payday. He's just mad because he didn't really have any support from anybody in creative. Nobody would listen to him on that. But I think he said his piece about WWE. If you want to know what he has to say about it, go listen to the Jericho podcast. Go listen to the podcast of Wade Keller, which was in 2 parts, by the way. And that's his piece. All he's going to say. And I look forward to, if I'm ever lucky enough to get an interview with him, I would love to talk to him about AEW, which is kind of the next step thing. He talked about his debut in AEW, some of the more creative freedom he has. And for him, he debuting in Vegas, MGM Grand Garden Arena, and having 20,000 as they exaggerate on Double or Nothing.
Yeah, that was
having those many people chant Moxley, the first time he appeared at Moxley, from one promo video that he did, he said was bigger than him winning the WWE Championship in the T-Mobile Arena, not far from there, in Vegas as well. So that was probably the best moment of his career, he's mentioned. So, and it was an awesome moment.
Yeah, it was.
It really was. So,
it's really cool when you can, drop one persona and go back to another, especially one that, maybe some people knew about, but nowhere near as many people as they knew about Dean Ambrose. But when your fan base has grown so much that when you readapt an old persona, everyone caught on right away.
To be fair, he sold that persona with one video on Twitter.
True.
One video. And that's it. His promos on Twitter are great. He doesn't tweet much. He puts videos out, and that's all you need. He's using social media right.
That and the markings he was carving for Juice Robinson in New Japan. Yeah. Which man, I love those videos right now.
Yep. Then Jericho has said in an interview that other wrestlers are counting the days down for their own Moxley moments. So maybe there's a lot of frustrations with the creative process. Who knows? But
yeah,
they're all definitely worth listening to. Maybe we'll expand on this later as more news comes out, things like that. I know Mike wants to discuss it a little bit more. He's not able to join us this week, but he definitely might next week. So we'll see how it goes. So
he talked about it before, but no one.
He wants to talk more about it, and we're not going to go too far into it too because there's so much to discuss.
You can see him getting frustrated.
Yeah. But on to the 1 minute warning. Tommy.
Yeah, I got one.
You got one. I know you did. You mentioned you did earlier.
Yeah.
So let me pull my stopwatch up.
Yeah, I got one.
All right, ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
Okay, so for starters, this is like just my frustration with wrestling fans. So yeah, okay, everyone's been saying, "Oh, AEW, WWE's done," and everything, blah 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 blah. And now after NXT was such a great show, it was like saying, "Oh no, AEW's done NXT," blah blah blah. So, okay, first of all, just enjoy wrestling for the love of God. You know, if you're frustrated with some places, I get it. I have been, but you know, just enjoy the stuff. But for another, you can't really judge. You can't really compare AEW to WWE or NXT. And first of all, our problem has never been with NXT. NXT has been great, not flawless, but great. Mm-hmm. Complaint is WWE in their booking and their writing and their structure. NXT as a brand, yes, that is legit competition for AEW. I think AEW knows that. Well, I think they're trying so hard to get the revival there. So, I mean, yeah, just enjoy the stuff. But yeah, like for AEW fans, don't count your chickens too far before they hatch. Like the AEW build. For NXT fans, yeah, I get it. I love it too. Don't jump down AEW's fans' throats. Let's try to keep this civil.
I'll even throw on that 205 Live is actually pretty enjoyable too.
205 Live is actually a lot of fun. So people give them a chance to and don't really.
All right.
Yeah.
Tina, you got some?
I think so.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, here we go. Right. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I actually read something recently that Sasha actually had a meeting with Vince, and it was around May 23rd, I believe. And they apparently had a meeting. They basically told Sasha, we're ready to give you all this stuff. And from what I understand, it looks like they're in better terms, and she is expected on a timetable to be cut back in this summer. Now, again, this could also be rumors. We're not sure if it's true or false, but it's a really high probability that she's actually going to come back. Again, I could be wrong, but that's what I've read and heard. So hopefully it's true, but I don't know. We'll see. The other thing I want to tell everybody is if you have not followed the Iconics, you need to. They're amazingly funny.
They're hilarious.
And they're just awesome. My best part of the segment, they're just like telling everybody, get my shirt, get my new shirt, get my new shirt. We're the longest reigning tag team champions. And I'm already over. But at one point, they're like doing all these, telling all these people. And Bayley walks by them with the belt for, the SmackDown belt. And they're like, look normal, act normal. And then she walks by and they're like, did she see us?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I don't think she saw us. That fool. Like, it's so funny. It's so random.
That's awesome.
And today they were trying to get a bunch of people to say like,
I forget. It's an Australian
I forget
accent.
An Australian accent. Something like, are you for real, mate? Or something like that. I can't remember. Wow. It was so funny.
Go check it out. They're great.
And then they have Ember Moon trying to mock their little, like, the thing that they did on Raw. Iconic. And then they went.
Yeah, they walked away. So.
And Ember Moon's doing a crazy impression of him. It's hilarious.
I gotta go find all this.
Find this stuff.
I gotta go find this stuff. That's
if you just need something to laugh at, I just would recommend, especially Billy, because Billy's the one that has all the funny ones.
Well, see, they've always been funny to me ever since that time in the Elimination Chamber where they were in a horror movie when Nia Jax and Tamina confronted them and they were holding on to each other's hands until they ripped them out.
I feel like they really enjoy. The whole
having a great time.
The whole thing is just
being like the coward champions in a way.
Yeah,
coward champions, but funny and they're they're like
I need more TV time.
I think some wrestlers, despite what the fans think, actually enjoy doing that kind of stuff. It's like it's stupid, but I like doing it, so I don't care.
I actually think also the whole coffee thing with Alexa is hilarious too.
It is, and it's made for some interesting moments today.
Coffee shirt. Like,
the coffee shirt is great. I want one. And it's made for a funny moment today when she was having her moment of bliss, and Bailey's out there, and Bailey's like, "Okay, are we starting the interview?" He's like, "Hang on, I'm waiting for my coffee." Had to get her coffee out, but then rude.
That's
okay,
hilarious.
fine. It's my show, but we'll do this whole thing.
Rude.
But then Bliss did win a match to become the number 1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
So annoying.
Oh gosh.
Because it was supposed to be her, Charlotte, and who else was the other one?
Carmella.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All three of them have been.
Yeah.
You know.
They've all been SmackDown champions. So see how it goes. All right, me.
New blood.
So much controversy has been around the Saudi Arabia shows that WWE is doing. I want to first say that I'm happy for a certain group of people in Saudi Arabia that this is happening. I'm happy for the people in Saudi that are going to be attending the show in the upper level, not necessarily the elitists on the floor who really seem uninterested, don't really care. They're just sitting there in leather chairs. But for the people that are there that are attending, they're getting to see the superstars once or twice a year. Well, once a year in Jeddah. Enjoy it. I know a lot of the politics that your government puts up with and you supposedly do, you're not involved with. Good luck and enjoy the show. Yeah. As far as this Saudi Arabia, my thing is this. As long as women are not allowed to wrestle, let alone appear as a part of this show, you need to have an Evolution pay-per-view every year.
Yes.
I don't care if Ronda, you think it's not going to sell because Ronda Rousey's not there. Ronda didn't sell that pay-per-view.
No, she really did.
Every other woman that's worked hard for the roster sold the pay-per-view last year at Nassau Coliseum. Needs to happen again this year. Keep Evolution going.
Yeah, because I was telling JC I heard a rumor that they're not going to have it this year. So
better.
I really hope that's not true.
Not surprised because Vince.
Because they're gonna, they legitimately think because Ronda's not going to be in the show that they're not going to sell.
It's a step in the wrong direction if they don't have it. So, all right. So WWE Super Showdown is this Friday, June 7th at 1 p.m. Central Time. I believe they're going to have a kickoff show starting at 12. They haven't advertised any matches. It might just be 12:30. It's from the King Abdullah International Stadium in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. They're probably not going to say Saudi Arabia at all during the broadcast. They haven't at all to promote it. They're just saying it's in Jeddah.
Yeah.
And, of course, it'll be exclusively on the WWE Network. And New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion 6-9 at Osaka-Jo Hall.
Let's go, Osaka-Jo
is
Hall.
Sunday, June 9th at 2 o'clock in the morning Central Time. Is there a pre-show on this?
Yes.
There is? Do you know what time?
It probably starts around 1.
Probably around 1. Okay. So it is, as the name implies, Osaka-Jo Hall and Osaka, Japan. Now, it is free for New Japan World subscribers.
Boom.
But recently announced, if you have the Fight TV app, you can purchase it globally on the Fight TV app for $30.
Dude, Fight TV trying to get that money because, Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
I know for sure I was not the only one who stayed up.
I'm sure people did.
At least 5 other people I knew were up watching it with me. Mm-hmm. And then everyone will watch the replays, wherever they can find it. So Fight TV is just trying to, and you know what? Probably the biggest reason they're doing that is because G1 Supercard sold so well.
Definitely.
G1 Supercard, I think, just like blew away their expectations of how, because I can't remember the exact numbers. It was like way more than they were expecting of people who bought that pay-per-view to watch it. So that's probably why they're doing this.
Speaking of buys, Double or Nothing, the initial buys came back 98,000 pay-per-view buys. This, of course, is combining Bleacher Report Live and traditional pay-per-view subscribe. 98,000.
God.
Of course, this damn near almost doubled what they did for All In. Of course, All In was which for a $50 price point was amazing.
Yeah.
One and two, All In. The only reason All In only had 55,000 was because a lot of people that watched it, you could have watched it if you were a Honor Club member with Ring of Honor because Ring of Honor was helping to produce it.
Or if you had New Japan World.
New Japan World also had it. Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because that one was because technically that one was with Cody and the Bucks. So they were part of the Bullet Club still at that point.
Ah, I see. Yeah,
and
then you also had traditional pay-per-view as well.
And Okada was on that show.
Yeah, so
there was no chance of New Japan putting Okada on any show and not being watching New Japan World.
The only non-WWE pay-per-view, and this is going back to when WWE had traditional pay-per-views, that sold that many buys was WCW.
Yeah.
So up and up, man, and that tells me you do it on a holiday weekend on a Saturday night, dude. Who says wrestling has to be only on a Sunday night? Do it on Saturday. It's a great night to do it. People will probably be more inclined to buy because they can sleep in the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
And has me looking forward more and more to All Out. So, and even then, Fyter Fest, of course, they have confirmed is going to be a pay-per-view show.
Oh, okay.
The end of June. I'm loving, by the way, on Being the Elite, Jabali hitting the weights, getting ready for Michael Nakazawa. If you watch Being the Elite,
Michael Nakazawa.
Yeah. Jabali's a hilarious guy, and I love that he's doing this. This all stems from Nakazawa showing up for an event and Jabali getting a quick pin. So now they set up a hardcore match. I love it. It's combining esports.
Yeah, it's so great.
Yeah.
Well, because Kenny, because like he's from Michael Nakazawa's Kenny Omega's friend from like his DDT days. Like, and he would always bring Omega in from Japan to do like the CEO Royal Rumbles and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and I just loved it when they first booked him. When like the Young Bucks were like, because they kept alluding like, it was Kota Ibushi that they were bringing in. Like, his DDT friend. Like who the hell is Michael Nakazawa? Yeah. I love that.
Anyway, yeah. So New Japan World free for subscribers. Fight TV $30. Check it out.
For sure.
Our Twitter account, of course, at CCG_WrestleCast. Subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel. Let us know what you think of the shows this weekend.
It's down there now, right?
It's down there. Okay. It's all down there. Emails as well. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your comments. We'll read some on the show. Some Geekcast news. Celebrity Fan Fest is fast approaching. It's not this weekend, but next weekend. We're going to be there all weekend. Friday specifically, as it's wrestling related. Becky Lynch, Daniel Bryan, and Finn Balor will be doing autograph sessions. Becky, of course, had her 2 initial sessions sell out, so she extended like another session as well. She's going to be there for a good while. Yeah, another hour and a half.
She said 6 hours or something.
Like a short WWE pay-per-view. She put
yeah,
so
man, that was funny.
We are going to be there. We have a booth in near Artist Alley, right next to Robert Wool, right?
Artist Alley,
which is the guy
so
from what was he in?
He was Arliss on the TV show Arliss.
He was in the first Batman movie.
He was in the first Batman movie. Yes, so. Pretty exciting. We'll be next to that guy. It's and
also, if you ever watched, he had a miniseries on HBO where he would like teach history in a classroom in a comedic way.
Oh, interesting.
If you ever find it, it's hilarious.
I gotta check that out.
It's like I forget what it's called, but it's like he's teaching classes. He's teaching history classes, American history. He's just doing a comedic way, but it's legit information. Like it's actually.
Oh, Jason's gonna love that.
I need to look that up.
Jason's gonna find that now.
Yep. It's probably hashtag history.
It's probably the most honest depiction of American history that actually is accurate ever. So
that's funny.
So we'll have some more information. Keep checking us on the Geekcast for that. We'll have some more information about what we're going to do and what kind of giveaways we're doing. We'll be there. It's going to be a blast.
I'll be there Friday.
Yeah.
Only.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's down at the Freeman Coliseum. They have a lot of stuff lined up. A lot of guests coming. More cosplayers announced. There's going to be a lot to do. I'm so looking forward to it. Next week on the WrestleCast, we'll be recapping WWE Super Showdown and New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion. So Tommy's excited.
I can't, dude. Dominion is just going to be a lit show because even if it's just the 3 matches they've announced, I'm good.
And I'm going to go out on a limb right now that me and Tommy are going to have a lot of similar picks.
If they announce more matches, I'm just going to have to like message Tina and say, "Hey, who you picking?" Because
yeah, exactly.
She's like, "I don't know who you picking."
And then on the show, he's going to show all the picks. Right, Tommy?
Right on.
Looking forward to it. This is Tommy over here.
Thanks, guys.
My beautiful wife, Tina.
Bye, guys.
And I'm JC. We'll see you next week, Heels and Baby Faces. And remember, pro wrestling is real. People are fake.
So if you want to subscribe to the channel, click right here.
And if you want to watch more WrestleCast videos, I got 3 words for you. Click right here.